Hey guys, this is Gamer Cal, and well, I don't know if this is even going to end up going up on YouTube's because, well, I'm still obviously doing my Pokemon Platinum stuff at the moment, but I kind of figured, well, I got my capture card back, of course, and we've been doing some stuff with that with Monster Hunter and Pokemon, obviously, but I know some people prefer to see platformer stuff for their fill on LPs, and honestly, I wanted to do some sort of platformer thing, but I didn't really know what to do, and obviously Nitroid and stuff like that could be done. However, I kind of want to throw this out there because I want to use the technology I've got, obviously, and that's a fine thing to do. Also, you're a toad. As you can see, the toad color stuff here, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to translate onto YouTube because obviously I can't show 3D footage. I say obviously a fair bit here, but you know. So stuff like this, it's a lot easier when playing this to see like the differences here. Like with the 3D on, you can tell that the red and the blocks with the red toad on it, you can tell those are closer to you. So depth perception might be a bit harder on the video stuff, which is why I'm not entirely sure this is going to be the best thing ever. But regardless, I feel like this is something we should do. I am just going to use my own me on here because I can. Once again, I don't care. It's not even the biggest deal, but yeah, I just want to do some sort of platforming thing. I am not particularly good with this one because I do feel like the 3DS is not the most accurate of controls setups, and of course the 3D is a thing which I have on myself, but you guys won't really be able to get any benefit from. And with this being an old 3DS, the 3D has a tendency to mess itself up, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, somehow Mario Princess Capture, if you actually look at this on the 3DS, then you'll see it's like a paper picture thing. Bowser's head, claw, and where Peach is, they're all popped out. The Tanuki leaf in front of the bottom left of the screen is popped out even further, and it looks really cool. Unfortunately, I can't show that again on everything else, but whatever. Yeah, this is the precursor, of course, to Mario 3D World, and it kind of shows they have a similar sort of mentality in terms of their design, but this game definitely has more issues in terms of the perception of stuff. So right away, there's two different viewpoints. You can see the camera changing at the very least, but essentially this is just two different viewing styles that you can have when you play the game yourself. It only affects the 3D, so if you don't have it switched on, then it doesn't really do anything for you. And yeah, Mario's got his basic run, which charges up, I guess, to become a faster run, and that's actually, I don't think it does that this game. That's kind of it. I have only played this game through once, and I've got all the coins and stuff in it, but I played it like 3 years ago or something. I played a little bit of it, since then, fairly recently, just to get the stuff, like the rest of the gold flags and whatnot, but I will not claim to be remotely good with this game, so yeah. The key power-up in this game is the Tanuki suit thing, which now gives you a full suit, which is a little bit different from before. It does exactly the same functionality though. This is not the Tanuki suit like you would get in Mario 3. That comes slightly later. But yeah, the Super Leaf is definitely very, very strong in this game. And if we go down here, then we can get ourselves an extra life and jump up there. So kind of cool. You can also keep an item in reserve, as you can see on the bottom screen. If you tap one of the buttons there, you can see slightly different perspective stuff. It's a little bit difficult to move at the same time as doing that though, because it's a touchscreen control. And yeah, I'm gonna aim to try and get all the stuff here, but I'm not sure that's going to show up very well. I don't remember where the stuff is, but I'll find it. The levels are not too bad. So yeah, it's kind of impossible for you guys to tell on there, I guess. But if you have a look, if I can get up here, then you can see maybe a little bit better. You can see like the shadow of where that star coin is and stuff. It's definitely not the... There's a lot of sort of 3D things like this, because this was fairly early into the 3DS's life cycle, so they were kind of just going, hey, look what we can do now, sort of stuff, you know? And yeah, some of it doesn't come off too well, some of it is alright. So, the midpoint flags from Galaxy 2 are there, and this game's going to have a lot of stuff that you would sort of recognise in Galaxy 2, or at least the Galaxy games in general. There's, you know, like the general aesthetic is kind of similar to that. There's a lot of extra lives in this first stage. I'm not even sure if I remember where they all are, but enemies in this game can also have some of the power-ups, which is a little bit different. That's not something we're too used to. This thing, if you have a Tanuki tail, then you can, you know, spin it up, spin to win, all of that fun stuff, and you can grab yourself some coins and a 100-second clock, which is good. And then if you hop over here, that just brings you back down to normal stuff. What else can we find? Is there anything else interesting over here? Not particularly, so we'll just ignore that. Now you can of course wall kick in this game. Other stuff you can do sort of roll attack. This would normally be a roll if you were just along the ground. You can use that to do a sort of long jump, or you can do an attacking long jump as well, but that one is really kind of like, the long jump's not very good in this game. It's difficult to control, and well, speaking of difficult to control, there's a gyroscope controlled thing here, and gyroscope with 3D on is like the worst thing in the original game, original 3DS even. But we'll try and keep this level here. And Toad's gonna go for the flag. Is he gonna make it? No, he is not. So yeah, good job, Toad. So yeah, that's the general principle of that stuff. We've already been over there. We can knock out that Goomba because I feel like it. And let's see, over the top here I think is where the last star coin is. There we go. So yeah, star coins of course from Galaxy 2. They are the main thing. They were replaced with green stars when you played in 3D World, which were also from Galaxy 2 though, so nothing too different there. I suppose I should grab that. 10 coins if you grab a thing that way, pretty nice. Is there any reason? There is totally a reason. So you can see the Goomba is kind of not quite where I wanted it to be, but it works out when I do that just fine. And see if we can grab the coins, just because why not? Capitalism is a thing, right? I should probably just stay at the entrance to this stuff and grab them that way. You can see there is not really much else to the first stage here, so yeah, perfect sort of intro stage. And this game introduced the whole gold flagpole thing, so if you hit the flagpole at the very top, you get an extra life and a golden flagpole. Also, because I ended with a 6 at the end of my clock, you get some balloons, which I think are just like bonus points or something. But yeah, it's essentially the same 1 second, 3 second, 5 second thing, you just get a different effect. There's, I think it's like fanfare, you know, like balloon popper things, and then there's, as you saw, there's actual balloons at the end of that. So that is pretty cool. So we shall do one more stage here, I guess. These stages are really short, if I could not, like, choke for some reason. These stages are really not too bad in terms of length, but they are kind of fun to do still. So fireballs, as you would expect in a more like 3D-esque environment, they do pretty much the same as what they would have done in Galaxy 2, where you can rebound them off of walls and stuff and they travel in a straight line. A little bit trickier to aim than they used to be, but they're not really too bad. We'll just grab ourselves a star coin here. If you fell down, then there's a pipe that you could use to get back up, which is fine. We don't really need that, however, so we won't bother doing that. There is a block here. Is there something on top of this? No, just a random block in the middle. Okay. Also Goomba stacks, because why not? And they're a reasonable enough addition by themselves. That's kind of alright. Is there like an extra life in this block or something? I forget. Maybe. Nope, just coins. Also, you can charge up your jump for a backflip, which gives you a little bit more height than usual, so that's something else you can bear in mind if you wish to do stuff that way. This is really just to avoid the Goomba stack if you want, which is not really too big a deal to me. Sometimes you get these little coin trails that you can get extra coins from. I don't know if any actually indicate stuff later on, because, like I said, I haven't played this game in quite some time. There's a star here, though, which I do remember, because I had to do this level earlier, actually, so it's kind of cool. But, and yeah, the main sort of gimmick here is if that ink piranha hits your screen, it will stop you from seeing for a little bit. Yes, that is actually hitting the bottom now, so we don't really want to get involved with that. So just roll on past and grab ourselves the final star coin there. If we light this on fire, we get some extra coins on a timer, and that's kind of cool. And you may be able to spot something at the top there, but we are not going to bother with that just yet, because that's going into, you know, obvious spoiler territory. There is the traditional 1-2 shortcut, which we shall go ahead and quickly get, and then probably call it at that. And I will at least put this up as unlisted for testing at the moment. And then if I find it actually works okay, maybe I'll do some more, who knows. But this would be as good a start as any to just get some stuff on the go here. So these levels can be really quick when you know what you're doing, and although even then, like, I'm not exactly particularly great with this. I don't even care if I'm getting hit by that guy, because I'm just wanting to go past. There might actually be another fire flower here. There probably is. Yeah, there we go. So I don't even care if I'm getting hit there. The roll is not... oops. Well, I do care about that, though. Heck yeah. Rolling into bits. The roll here is not an actual attack that you can use to damage enemies, so you do have to bear that in mind. It's not... Wow, what am I doing? It's not as versatile in that sense as you would like, which is a shame. Anyway, if you go ahead and you can like wall kick up here, I guess, which we'll just use the Tanuki because I think it's easier to do it with that. I'm sure you can do it otherwise, but yeah, it's a lot easier. You can actually go all the way back here, and there is an extra life at the end here, along with a big coin block, I guess. I think that actually killed me in a separate challenge thing before, so it's kind of irritating. That blue clock down there, I don't know if I got it before, but it's worth 10 seconds. So yeah, obvious go over the world shortcut thing, and you get to an orange pipe, which is a warp to World 2. So that's kind of neat. I think it does count as an alternative exit. As far as I'm aware, there's only 2 of those in the game, like 1-2 and 4-2 are the only ones that I know of. So that's kind of cool, but we won't be taking advantage of that. I guess so. Really quick show off the mystery cube things here. These are like the prequel to the mystery houses in the mystery boxes. But the mystery houses in 3D World, you have a limited amount of time to kill the enemies and grab all the stuff for. Yeah. Basically, you need to get the star coin within the allotted time. If you don't get it, the box will despawn. So if you don't get the medal, then that's it. However, you can street pass these things, which I won't really be able to show off because I don't have access to street pass stuff at the moment. But yeah, if you're using street pass, then you can give boxes that you've done and get boxes from others, which will actually lead to infinite star coins, if you will, which is interesting. But that is neither here nor there. So yeah, you can greatly see already that I am not the best with this sort of game. Being it's kind of the same as the 2D ones, except it's in a third dimension. I've always traditionally been really bad at 3D platformers in comparison to 2D stuff. Just especially ones where, it's using the 3DS. I'm actually not terrible at 3D World, but this one, I don't know. However, I think it's a pretty cool game. I know plenty of people who have already done it, but I have the means to do the game, and I reckon it'll be okay. So, this has been Gamer Cow playing Super Mario 3D Land, and whether I end up doing more of this or not, well, you guys will find out by the time you actually get to see this. So, that'll be pretty great. Take care.